Hey guys, welcome back to Mayfield Ranch. So today we're going to put some finishing touches on the greenhouse. We'll show you how we put the black plastic down. We're going to put some pea gravel over it, and we're also going to start some of our plants. So if you want to hang out with us today, then stick around and see how this goes.
We're putting this black paper down or black plastic down to stop weeds from growing up inside the greenhouse. I'm going to put pea gravel over the top of it. We'll leave a link on the description box below if anyone wants to check out this plastic we're using. It works really well. We used it for our tomatoes last year. So I've been collecting all the little hardware. I collected the window and the door. I bought them all at the auction for a good price. So I've been collecting all these pieces to put this together for the last year. I got the frame from Facebook Marketplace. The guy was giving it away, but I gave him or 50 just for it. But yeah, it's good. It's really nice.
So if you guys are interested in knowing just exactly how much this costs to put it together, we'll kind of give you some exact prices for what we paid, some estimates for the wood, but we'll share that in a separate video. So I'm gonna leave the link up here for you if you're interested in that. Now Gary's cutting through this black plastic. Actually, we should burn it. That's probably what's better to prevent it from fraying, but cutting's gonna work because we're gonna cover it with rock. Check out our cat. This is Keeks. We call her Murder Cat, but she's just relaxing in the sun watching us.
All right, so basically this was filled last night, so I had to take the Mustang to Home Depot to get the trim for the door so it'll seal it up. But this was, yesterday was a long day. We got to take care of one of the rails, go to the dump, and then I decided to go pick up some rock and some trim for the door. But I didn't get the trim for the interior of the door, so I had to go back to Home Depot later on that night to pick it up. But as you can see, the truck is full of rock, so we decided just to take the Mustang.
Because you know Mustangs can haul wood too.
So yesterday we had to go to take care of one of the wheels, clean it up, and make a dump run. So on the way back, I picked up some rock. When I got back here, we put the door on, but I needed to get it sealed. So we had to go back to Home Depot and get some more trim boards and a rubber seal for around the front door.
So we actually cleaned out our second greenhouse and got all this material down there too. So we're gonna put rock in there also. It's such a really nice day out, so I was just trying to bring over all the materials so we can get started. I want to plant a few seeds and just get a few things going in the greenhouse and just kind of take advantage of this really nice day. So we have a couple of these really tall rolling racks. They're kind of pieced together, like almost like two pieces, but anyways, they're really tall. I thought these would be perfect for the greenhouse. So they roll around, they're on wheels, they're pretty nice. So I thought they'd fit in that big one. We had them at the previous rental house actually, and they were used in the hothouse. So I thought they'd work perfect in our greenhouse. Timing was pretty good. So just using those to get set up. Later, Gary's actually gonna modify these so that they fit properly in the greenhouse. They're a little bit taller than I realized. So these metal pans are like chafing dishes. I actually picked these up at a yard sale with another rolling rack. It's actually in the other greenhouse. They work great for soil blocking. I'll show you guys my seed collection in the house, but here's what I like to do to bring outside. So I just bring a couple of these containers. I pre-wrote some of the types of plants I'm going to plant on these little sticks. So I've got some tiny ones in there and some bigger ones. I'll show you those. Here's all the seeds I want to get planted today. A little ambitious. And then this empty one is so as I plant them, if I have leftover seeds, I'll put it in here so I can take it back in the house. Helps me just keep track. So let's get started. So I like to wear these little plastic gloves. I just get them in a box on Amazon. They're great from keeping the dirt out from under your nails. So these are larger. I want to start my heirloom tomatoes, or like large tomatoes, in these. So we'll do that first. Now I do like to use soil blocks for certain things. You'll see me do that in a second. But for the tomatoes, I want them to get a really good root system. I want them to get a little bit bigger, and I want to start them in these little bit larger containers. I'm a little late planting this year, but we do have a little bit of time before our last frost. So I do want to make sure that there's plenty of room for these tomatoes to grow and get a good healthy root system going. So we're gonna give these guys a little bit more space, dedicate some more space to them than some other things. Probably our favorite thing to grow out in the garden is tomatoes. At least one of our favorites. I'm not meshing these down too much, but I am getting plenty of soil in there. So they're not too light either. So this is potting mix. I got the organic potting mix. I grabbed this at Costco. Two of these trays. I'm gonna fill both of these trays, and then we'll put some seeds in. I'm gonna show you how I label them. Okay, I grabbed the tomatoes that I want to plant out, so I'm just gonna set them here. I'm being a little bit careful to kind of set them in this container versus on the table. I don't want to get these seed packets wet, because if I don't use all the seeds, I can store them, use them later. If they get wet, you gotta plant them. They're not gonna be any good stored. So I'm looking for my beefsteak tomatoes. And I've got those right here. So we'll get these planted. The ones that I'm using are from Gurney's today. So we'll go ahead and get these planted. I'm gonna plant one row of pineapple tomatoes. Now what I like about the Baker Creek seed packs is they're really easy to open. They have kind of this green glue, and then reseal. Some of the other seed companies should catch up, because this is pretty nice. Otherwise, you have torn open seed packets, kind of hard to keep straight. So I am putting 2 in each cell. So there we go, we got our pineapple tomatoes. I really liked these last year, so I'm really looking forward to growing these again this year. So we'll get these labeled.
Woodpecker?
Yeah, he's a woodpecker. He hangs out up there.
Yeah, as long as you don't pick on our house.
Okay, then we're planting some early girl hybrids. Okay, so we got our early girls. Those are 52 days, so label that. We'll get these covered up. We'll set them aside and keep going.
I got a couple more scoops, maybe one more scoop right in this corner, and then I'm done with the inside. And then I'm gonna start going around the outside of the shed. Greenhouse. So I'm gonna go around the edge right here where the plastic is and put pea gravel all the way around so it holds the plastic down. So that'll be my final rock. We're pouring the rock down. One more scoop. The inside's done. How's it look?
Good.
Yeah? Okay. Last scoop. All right, so we put down weed fabric and pea gravel, so hopefully we don't have to deal with weeds when we're in here getting our starters started.
Hi, baby. Hi, bud. Daddy's been bothering you? Yeah, because this one's not even brown, but it's fine.
It'll be fine. I'm gonna. Flip it.
Oh, it should fit.
No, flip it. Yeah, I can't go there. It's gonna hit. It's gonna tear the plastic. I gotta.
So I'm curious, have you guys grown amaranth before? This is my first year trying to start it. So leave me a comment below and let me know if you have any tips or tricks on how to grow it, because this is going to be our first year. And one little trick that I like to use just to put my seeds in easily, if you create a little fold, little bend in the packet, you can easily just tap them out. So you guys, I mentioned that I got those little chafing dishes from a yard sale. I got this rack to go with it. So it was like a caterer selling stuff at a yard sale. I love this little rack for the greenhouse, and those metal dishes were great too. So if you guys happen to be looking for something and you're looking for something cost effective, check out some local yard sales. See if you can find things that are gonna work in your greenhouse or your garden prep area, because you might be able to find some pretty good deals. So we have never grown anything in like a high tunnel. This is our first time using this type of material for the greenhouse. I was actually expecting it was going to be transparent, and it's not. So hopefully it lets plenty of sunlight in and our plants grow well, but we'll definitely give you an update throughout the season on how these are getting started for us. Typically we have started in our house, so this is going to be a little bit different for us. But here's what the greenhouse looks like all finished. We got the plants started, or at least some of them. I still have a lot more to get started, but I've got plenty of space, so we're excited to see how this grows. Basically, I just started all my tomatoes, eggplants, peppers. I did start some flowers this year, so we're pretty excited to have some flowers in the garden this year. I got my basil, some herbs going, but overall, a pretty good start for the day. Now, poor Gary must have told me like 4 or 5 times that he was on his last scoop.
I got a couple more scoops, maybe one more scoop right in this corner, and then I'm done with the inside. One more scoop. The inside's done.
Poor guy, I think he forgot he had the second greenhouse to do. So we do have just enough pea gravel left that we can go ahead and fill up the second greenhouse, and that'll prevent the weeds because he laid down that fabric. If you guys are interested in checking out the fabric, I will leave a link to Amazon and the item below. That's where we got ours. We're not affiliated with them, but we do think it works great. So if you want to invest in it to prevent you from growing weeds in your spaces, then we totally recommend it. See you guys next time.